Good evening, Royal Nation, and welcome to the natatorium at HSE High School for this mudsock swim meet between the Hamilton Southeastern Royals and Fisher Tigers. In the boys' matchup, the Royals are ranked number 2 in mid-season rankings, and the Tigers come in at number 9. In the girls' matchup, HSE is ranked number 3 in the mid-season polls, and Fishers is right behind them at number 4. These teams all want to win, and they want to take home mudsock points for their school, as the mudsock score currently is Fishers 7, HSE 4. Whoever has the most mudsock points at the end of the year will walk away with the mudsock trophy. Fishers has won once. HSE has won 11 years. These two teams do not like each other. They are two teams of passion and aggression. Both of them are ranked highly in everything. This is going to be a fantastic matchup, and we will have all the action next on Southeastern Sports Network. Southeastern Sport Network is made possible by Sky Zone and Fishers this year. Come in and fly with them this winter. Sky Zone and Fishers off 121st Street, reminding you to have fun and fly safe. A big shout out to Sky Zone, who is sponsoring every broadcast for all 3 sports seasons this year for SSN. And SSN's winter sports coverage is brought to you by Jimmy John's on Olio Road. Jimmy John's provides freaky fast service in store or through delivery. A big thank you to Jimmy John's for their support of Southeastern Sports Network. We will be back after the break. Don't go anywhere. Alrighty, folks, welcome back to Southeastern Sports Network. Tristan Fleur here with you, along with Turner Graves as our producer and Zach Vance on camera tonight. It is good to be with you on the second night of a back-to-back broadcasting schedule after we had wrestling last night. It is good to be with you here in the Natatorium, and this should be a fantastic matchup between the Tigers and the Royals. These teams are very evenly matched. For the girls, they're both in the top 5 of the midseason polls. HSE is number 3. Fishers is at number 4. Very evenly matched teams, kind of like we had last night in wrestling. Two very evenly matched teams, and it should be down to the individual tonight. For the first event of the night, we have the first heat of the girls 200 medley relay. The swimmers anticipate getting on the block and getting ready to explode off that block into the water. The Fishers team cheering on the Royals, and here we go. And they're off. Here we go. Fishers and HSE right at it here. Lanes 6 and 7 are almost dead even coming down the line. Still neck and neck. It goes the top 3. Fishers and HSE tied for first, and HSE Royal there in second. Looks like one of the swimmers got a little bit of a late jump off, but she's made up great time. And HSE is in the lead here on butterfly, going down the lane. A good turn for the Royals, and they are out in front. It goes HSE 1, Fishers 2, HSE 3. And they're off once again. Lane 4 is in the lead to this point. The split was a 58.07, followed closely by Fishers with a 58.47. They are neck and neck, just separated by tenths of seconds here. That is really close when it comes to swimming, just because of how competitive this sport is. And HSE and Fishers are battling once again. And the crowd is going nuts. Both teams cheering on their swimmers. And we're going to have a photo finish here at the line, folks. We're going to have to look at the scoreboard. HSE and Fishers, here we come. What a first matchup of the night. They're coming down to the line. HSE, Fishers, and I don't know. HSE takes the win by 0.2 of a second, 1:48.58 to 1:48.78 seconds. What a first race to start off the night. Heat 1 is a good one, as HSE has first and third on the podium, and in second is Fishers. Then fourth is Fishers, fifth HSE, sixth is going to be another Fishers, seventh HSE, and eighth is a Fishers matchup. Congratulations to HSE for starting off the night with a win in Heat 1 of the girls 200 medley relay. So event 1, Heat 1, win 1 for the Royals. Fishers looks to go ahead and bounce back. Now we set up for the next event. Zach Vance giving you a shot of the scoreboard, the video board here at HSE, showing you the splits and times for that girls 200 medley relay. Now we're going to the boys 200 medley relay. In the boys in midseason rankings, the Royals are ranked number 2 in the state, right behind Carmel, actually only about 4 points behind in the midseason rankings, and the Tigers come in not too far behind at number 9. Both these schools are in the top 10, but HSE does have a slight advantage. I talked to Coach Peterson about the swimmers on this boys team, and he did talk about DJ Rogers, who will continue his swimming career at Iowa next year, and he said he looks unstoppable. Also talking about Connor Harrison, who will be competing at Olivet Nazarene. And here we go. The boys 200 medley relay is on. Event 2, Heat 1. Here we go. HSE has the lead in backstroke. But Fishers has a good turn. And oh my goodness, HSE stayed in the water for a long time, just pulled his head up right at the end there and was able to pull out a huge lead for the Royals. And HSE has the lead here in the butterfly. HSE extending their lead. It's lane number 4 that has pulled out to a massive lead over 5 and 6. And lane 4 still has the lead. 2 seconds ahead of his nearest competitor, dusting the competition at this point. But let's see what happens. Again, in swimming, in the relay, it is a team sport more than anything, but you have to go ahead and try to get as big of an advantage as you can just in case something were to happen. Cramps, I mean, swimming is an endurance sport, so you have to go ahead and get as big of a lead as you can. But HSE looks to be pulling away with this one. If they can go ahead and stay in, it looks like HSE may get a podium. But HSE pulling away. Lane 4 is going to go ahead and win this one easily. And they take the win with a 1:37.37. Second is Fisher, lane 5 with a 1:40.04. And third is lane 6 with a 1:43.04. So in going back to the girls' 200-yard medley relay, let's go ahead and go back to that. Lane 4 was the winner, and that was a team of Abby Harder, Dabin Young, Kennedy Fisher, and Bree Saple. And that was the winners there. And in this one, it was also lane number 4, which is Andrew Christopher, Connor Harrison, Andrew Truxall, and Zach Bostock. Andrew Christopher next year will be is signing at Youngstown State, and Coach Peterson said he may be their most versatile athlete and swims everything fast. Andrew Truxall will not be swimming in college, but Coach Peterson said they could, and they will, and they are doing he is doing very well right now. Now we are on to the next event, the 200-yard freestyle junior varsity. And here we go. In lane 1 for Fishers is Mia Craig. In lane 2 for HSE is Paige Crawford. In lane 3 for Fishers is Abby Kahn. In lane number 4 is Sloan Gardner for HSE. In lane 5 is Chris Tran for Fishers. In lane 6 is Noah Haynes for HSE. In lane 7 is Matthew Krimmel for HSE. And in lane 8 is Laith Caden for HSE. Sloan Gardner, the first one with a 26.01 so far, but you have to do 4 lengths here as it is a 50-yard pool. Garner still has the lead, pulling away from Chris Tran. Lane number 4 has been a good lane tonight for HSE. In the 2 previous matchups, HSE has won out of lane 4, and it looks to be that way to this point, as Sloan Gardner has a 3-second lead over her nearest competitor, and Laith Caden is in third with Chris Tran in second. So HSE once again could get a 1 and 3 on the podium. Sloan Gardner coming to her final length. I apologize, she has one more. And right now she is a 1 minute 25:31. She is 4 seconds ahead of Chris Tran. Just trying to extend her lead as much as she can. And it looks like Tran may be slowing down just a bit as Laith Caden is hot on his tail for second place. A 1-2 would be big for HSE. It is junior varsity, but still every point helps. And Garner is going to go ahead and take first. And second's going to be close, but I think Laith Caden's going to get it. And he is. 1:56.40 for Sloan Garner. 2 minutes, 94 milliseconds for Laith Caden. And Chris Tran with a 2:01.19. So that is the final for junior varsity. Congratulations to Sloan Garner as the winner. Also, strong performances by Chris Tran and Laith Caden. So far, HSE has been flexing their muscles tonight, and I know Coach Peterson has prepared this team well. When I talked to him, he said his expectations for the Mudsock are always the same, that both teams behave with class and dignity and race really hard and treat the Fisher Tigers as their neighbors, as you know they are a school 3.4 miles away. And a lot of these swimmers have swum together for years, maybe in club and that kind of stuff, and now they're competing in school competition. So it is a different thing because you've swim with some of these people before. And now as we go to our next event, the girls 200-yard freestyle varsity. In lane 1 for Fishers is Ashley Wyatt. In lane number 2 for HSE is Ellie Peterson. In lane number 3 for Fishers is JoJo Ramsey. In lane number 4 for HSE is Molly Peterson. In lane number 5 for Fishers is Abby Johns. In lane number 6 for HSE is Kaylee Witt. In lane number 7 for Fishers is Hannah Pratt. And in lane number 8 for HSE is Amelia Vickery. And as we go ahead and we look at the times here for the first one, JoJo Ramsey is in the lead for Fishers. But Molly Peterson is hot on her tail. Molly Peterson, I think, has the lead going into the third length here. It's going to be a tough race between Peterson and Ramsey as they're coming down the stretch. But also look at Kaylee Witt closing in, all very close. As Molly Peterson has a 4/1000th of a second advantage so far on JoJo Ramsey, 54.9, 54.94 for Ramsey. But Ramsey has the lead as of now, coming down the home stretch. Can Molly Peterson pull it out? Can she pull a rabbit out of the hat? I don't think she's going to be able to, but we still have one more length to go. Anything can happen. And here we go. This is where the Mudsock comes down to. This is what you live for here in the Mudsock. Can Fishers get on the board tonight and get some of their first points of the night? And Molly Peterson just looks like she may have gone too far too early. And JoJo Ramsey, the freshman, is going to go ahead and take the win here. Molly Peterson is going to come in second. Abby Johns is going to come in third. So Fishers are 1-3. HSE at number 2. Fourth is Hannah Pratt. Fifth is Kaylee Witt. Sixth is Ellie Peterson. Seventh is Amelia Vickery. And eighth is Ashley Wyatt. If you're JoJo Ramsey, you have to be happy with that. I mean, obviously, if you win, you're happy, but especially being a freshman in her first varsity matchup, you have to be proud of that. And now we're going to go ahead and transition to our next event, which is the boys 200-yard freestyle. And in lane number 1 for Fishers is the sophomore Ben Russell. In lane number 2 is Logan Hess for HSE. In lane number 3 is Connor Carlisle for Fishers. In lane number 4 is Keegan Street for HSE. In lane number 5 is Jackson Carlisle for Fishers. In lane number 6 is Evan Sellers for HSE. In lane number 7 is Tyler Schwartzberger for Fishers. And in lane number 8 is Alex Kaminsky for HSE. And here we go. and Keegan Street currently in the lead, but not by much. Him and Jackson Carlisle are neck and neck. Street still in the lead, but Carlisle right there within a hand length of Street. As they're coming down the stretch, you really have to have endurance here to keep it going. You more than likely can hear a little bit of a muffled crowd noise in the water, so you can go ahead and kind of tell maybe where you are. Maybe you catch a glance over every once in a while, but you just kind of have to run your own race here, because if you worry too much about your opponent, you're going to go ahead and slow down, and it's not going to affect you well, as Keegan Street has pulled out a bit of a lead as he goes into his final length. And he has almost one body length outstretched his lead over Carlisle. And here we go. Keegan Street coming home. A surge by Carlisle, but too little too late. Keegan Street wins with a 1:42.48. Jackson Carlisle for Fishers with a 1:43.32. Third is Tyler Schwertferger with a 1:47 flat. So Keegan Street, the junior, takes that one. More points for the Royals, as the Royals so far have had a very good night, only having lost one event so far. Here we are for event number 6 of the evening, the mixed 200-yard medley junior varsity. In lane number 1 for Fishers is Isaiah Ortiz. In lane number 2 is the freshman Jason Hua for HSE. In lane number 3 is Nicholas Viola. In lane number 4 is Ryan Harrison. In lane number 5, Amy Nugent. In lane 6, Olivia Kiley. In 7, Megan Mybeck. And in 8, McKenna Goss. And so far, it looks like Harrison is in the lead. Ryan Harrison has stretched out a bit of a lead. He's going to keep that going. Two Royals fighting for the top spot, Ryan Harrison and Jason Hua. HSE looks to be in all 3 first positions, as it is Harrison, Hua, and Kiley as the top 3 now as they go to backstroke. Harrison extending his gap, but Nicholas Viola has passed Olivia Kiley for 3rd place, as Kiley may be starting to fade. But the thing about this kind of medley is you have so many different strokes that if you're not super good at one, you're super good at another stroke. You can catch up. So it's not a huge deal, but what you have to do in the stroke you're not good at is damage control. But currently Harrison has the lead by just over a second on Nicholas Viola, and Jason Hua has faded to 3rd. Here we are on breaststroke. And Harrison is in the lead. Ryan Harrison, older brother Connor, recognized tonight on senior night. And a lot of people think he is very similar to his brother in talent level. And being only a sophomore, he will have time to grow into that during his upperclassman years here at HSE. As Jason Hua has now taken over second place from Viola, but the three of them have really put a gap on the rest of the field. And Harrison is going to go ahead, barring any catastrophic event, is going to win this one. And he is, with Hua coming in second. Whoa, no. Nicholas Viola with an outstretched arm takes it with a 2:14.63 over a 2:14.88 from Jason Hua. What an effort there by Nicholas Viola just to stretch out with his arm and get second place there for the Tigers. So that's big there for the Royals as Ryan Harrison gets the win by 2 seconds over his nearest competitor. I talked Coach Peterson about the preparation he's doing for this meet, and he said we actually don't do anything different to prepare for Fishers for the dual meet. He said there's one noticeable thing about the meet we really like, and it is on a Thursday evening, and the HCC Championships are the following Saturday. This is exactly the same format as the IHSAA Sectional Championships. So a little bit of a preparation there for the Royals as they're able to kind of mock what's going to be like during the state tournament instead of HCC competition. As currently, this is in the girls 200 medley. This is a very competitive one with currently Yorin Corkman leading for the Tigers. She is out in front, but Abby Harder close on her tail. So is Olivia Harder. The Harder sisters are right on her tail. Abby Harder is closing. Olivia Harder also right behind Corkman. And it's oh so close, 1/1000th of a second separating Abby Harder and Corin Yorkman. But it looks like Abby Harder may have had a tough time on her transition because Corkman has stretched out a lead. And in comes Lydia Reed as she's possibly extended it out into second. The longer amount of time you can stay in the water, the better. And Reed has taken second. The Harder girls seem to be fading. And Fishers is fighting right now for the number one spot. Yorkman over Reed, and the Harder sisters are fighting it out for third. As Yorkman has extended her lead on Reed, and she's going to go ahead and take the victory in this one, but it's going to be Abby Harder in third, and Olivia Harder may come in fourth, and she will. So in first is Corin Yorkman, in second is Lydia Reed, third Abby Harder, fourth Olivia Harder, fifth is Anna Stoll, sixth is Kenzie Pierce, seventh Caitlin Curtin, eighth Emily Pfeiffer. So the senior Corin Yorkman gets her mudsock win in her final mudsock. Has to mean a lot to her as this rivalry means so much to so many of these swimmers. Now to our next event, the boys 200 relay, or medley, excuse me. In lane number 1 is Thomas Miller, 2, Justin Volker, 3, Aaron Frollo, 4, Connor Harrison, 5, Kyle Ponsler, 6, Marcus Eden, 7, Izzy Harding, and 8, Andrew Truxall. Marcus Eden looks to be leading right now for the Royals. Eden is first with a split of a 24-74. Second is Kyle Ponsler. Or second, excuse me, is Aaron Frollo. Third is Kyle Ponsler. Fourth is Connor Harrison. but Fishers looks to have taken a lead here. Kyle Ponsler looks to be in the lead right now. Ponsler with a 28.37 split, 2 seconds faster than the field. And he is pulling away with this one. Fishers occupying the top 2 spots. Connor Harrison's in third. Fishers cheering on their swimmers. Ponsler with a 1:27.77 so far. Frollo is in second with a 1:30.32 as he has taken the second spot. But it looks like Ponsler is going to go ahead and take the victory in this one, but it's going to be a close race for third. Ponsler, Frollo, Harrison, that's your top 3. Izzy Harding is 4th. 5th is Marcus Eden. 6th is Justin Volker. 7th is going to be Andrew Truxall. And 8th is going to be Thomas Miller. So the win there for Fishers as Kyle Ponsler takes that one. 2 in a row for Fishers as HSE looks to go ahead and take another win in the girls' 50-yard freestyle junior varsity. In lane 1, Aubrey Skinner. In lane 2, Lauren Bergman. In 3, Lily Cummings. 4, Ashley Saple. In lane number 5, Samira Crawford. In 6, Ava Olson. 7, Mariana Oseki. And in lane 8, Kaylee Stivers. Royals are off to a hot start as this is a sprint type of race. 25 yards, you gotta do only 2, and HSE looks to be dominant as they are all going to, they're gonna sweep the top, they're not gonna sweep the top 4, but they are awfully close. As first is Ashley Saple, second is Ava Olson, third is Lauren Bergman, and HSE sweeps the podium with a 1-2-3. That's big there for HSE as they take a junior varsity win, and now on to the event number 10, which is the girls' 50-yard freestyle varsity. Let's go ahead and do some sponsors. Southeastern Sports Network is made possible this year by Sky Zone and Fishers off 121st Street. Check out their hours at skyzone.com/Fishers. And here we go. Event number 10, the girls 50 free. HSE again off to a fast start, but Fishers, they're all pretty much even going down. They're about, pretty much every swimmer is within about an arm length of each other, which is absolutely incredible. This is all going to come down to the line. I have no clue. There's no way to call it. First is going to be Ellen Farrow for Fisher. Second is going to be Kennedy Fisher for HSE. And third is going to be Bree Saple for HSE. Every single swimmer under 28 seconds. That is a blistering pace for these swimmers and such a close race that, I mean, you can't call it because everyone finished within 2 seconds of each other. In the boys' 50-yard freestyle JV, Cole Nichols, Chuchi Ding in number 2, Jack Shue in 3, Owen Armstrong in 4, Zach McEwen in 5, Luke Van Meter in 6, Jake Dowell in 7, and Skylar Listenfeld in 8. Here we go. Listenfeld looks to be in second. But right now, Owen Armstrong is setting the pace with a 24.56, and he will take first place. Second is Luke Van Meter, and third is Skylar Listenfeld as HSE gets another sweep of the top three. Congratulations to the top three and Owen Armstrong, who takes home a Mudsock victory. The next event is the boys 50-yard freestyle varsity with Sheldon Brady in lane 1, Zach Bostock in lane 2, Keaton Chop in lane 3, DJ Rogers in lane 4, Sean Deemling in lane 5, Andrew Christopher in lane 6, Alex Garcia in lane 7, and Holden Kessler in lane 8. And here we go. HSE looks to be leading at this point. DJ Rogers, the Iowa commit, is leading the pack right now, and he is going to go ahead and hold on. And it's a 1-2-3 for HSE as DJ Rogers, Andrew Christopher, and Zach Bostock sweep the top three for HSE. DJ Rogers in his final Mudsock wins the 50-yard freestyle. Has to feel good. Coach Peterson gave him some high praise, saying he is, quote, unstoppable. And he sure looked it in that one, as he has a 21 second, a second faster than anybody else. An incredible, incredible race there. And right now, we are going to take a bit of a break here on Southeastern Sports Network. We'll be back with you after the break. But before we go, a big thanks to Sky Zone Fishers for their sponsorship of Southeastern Sports Network this year. And Jimmy John's and Fishers on Olean Road is supporting Southeastern Sports Network this year. We want to give a thanks and a shout out to Jimmy John's for their sponsorship, which brings you SSN's live winter sports coverage. We'll be back with you after the break. Welcome back to Southeastern Sports Network. Tristan Fleur, Turner Graves, Zach Vance here with you as we are going to restart the match here in event number 17, the girls 100-yard butterfly JV. In lane number 1 is Salome Ortiz. In lane number 2 is Isabel Warren. Lane number 3, Hannah Harding. 4, Rebecca Eng. 5, Riley Christat. 6, Ava Olson. 7, Sophia Wolfgang. And in 8, Finley Flannery for HSE. And here we go. Eng is in the lead to this point. Lane number 4 has been a good lane for the Royals as most of their wins have come out of that lane. But HSE is dominating right now. 1, 2, 3. $50 down, 50 to go. As Isabel Warren is in the lead right now with a 29.04. Closely followed by Rebecca Eng with a 29.18. And HSE is running away with a 1, 2, 3. Nobody else is even close. As Eng looks like she's going to go ahead and pull out a win. The sophomore is going to go ahead and take number 1 spot. 2nd is Ava Olson. 3 is Isabel Warren. As it is a 1, 2, 3 for HSE as they sweep the podium. The next event is the girls 100-yard butterfly varsity with Callie Shine in lane 1, Olivia Kiley in lane 2, Abby Miller in lane 3, Devin Jung in lane 4, Alexandra Stein in lane 5, Kylie Stivers in lane 6, Diane Koo in lane 7, and Lauren Bergman in lane number 8. This one's very evenly matched. Fishers has a little bit of a lead as Stein has the lead to this point. Actually, Diane Koo pulls out a 5/1000th of a second lead. But here we go. Fishers 1, 2. It's a tight race for third between 4 different lanes. This one is going to be a good one for third, but the Fisher swimmers are going to decide this one. It's between Koo and Stein. I think Diane Koo is going to have it, but Fishers, I think, may get a 1, 2, 3. And they are, as it is going to be Diane Koo with a sub 1 minute time. Alexandra Stein with a 1 minute 62 milliseconds, and Abby Miller in third with a 1 minute 1 second 11 milliseconds. So that's the first Fishers 1, 2, 3 of the night as they match HSE. Next is the boys 100-yard butterfly JV. No swimmer in lane number 1. In number 2, Malcolm Turin. In lane 3, Hunter Hollowell. In 4, Holden Kessler. In lane number 5, Isaiah Ortiz. In lane 6, Ethan Zentz. No swimmer in lane number 7. And in lane 8, Matt Truxell. Only 2 Fisher swimmers, 4 for HSE. And it looks like an HSE 1, 2, 3 as they're going to go ahead and complete 50 yards of this 100-yard event. in the 100 fly. It's a lot about those breaths. You got to go ahead and try to keep as least amount of time above the water as possible. You are faster when you are in the water. And it looks like Kessler is pulling out a major lead, and he will win with a 1 minute, 1 second, 10. And Ethan Zentz with a 1 minute 3 flat. And Malcolm Turin will come in third with a 1 minute 5 and 1 millisecond. So Holden Kessler takes the win. Congratulations to the senior in his JV 100-yard butterfly win. The next event is event number 20, boys 100-yard butterfly varsity. Chris Tran in lane number 1, Thomas Rising in lane number 2, Judge Brandon in lane number 3, Andrew Christopher in lane number 4, Bruno Kitazuka in lane number 5, Connor Harrison in lane number 6, Keaton Chop in lane number 7, and Ethan Forbes in lane number 8. Keaton Chop, who swam multiple years for HSE at the Southeastern Swim Club right here, now at Fishers. And we are on. Rising has the lead at this point. A violent flip there from HSE as Connor Harrison is pulling out a lead here as we're reaching the halfway point. Harrison is in the lead right now, followed by Bruno Kitazuka, and it's going to be a tight one here. HSE, Fishers, Harrison, Kitazuka. Harrison has a slight lead. This one's going to be close. This is what HSE versus Fishers is all about right here. Inches. Harrison is going to go ahead and take the win. Kitazuka in second, Andrew Christopher in third, Thomas Rising in fourth. So Connor Harrison is taking the lead with a 52.82 as he finishes exactly 1 second ahead of Bruno Kitazuka. Congratulations to Connor Harrison. Now we have event number 21, the girls 100-yard junior varsity freestyle with Gianna Guzman in lane number 1, Cassidy Pointer in lane number 2, Mia Craig in lane number 3, Sarah Juffer in lane number 4, Lily Cummins in lane number 5, Brooke Ratliff in lane number 6, Katie Pfeiffer in lane number 7, and Maddie McNarney in lane number 8. As HSE is a 1, 2, 3, 4 right now as they have swept the top. As Brooke Ratliff, who has been subbed in, Brooke Ratliff in lane number 6. I thought there was an error in my printout. There's not. She is in lane number 6, and she currently has the lead with a 27.23 split. Sarah Juffer close behind. HSE still 1, 2, 3, and it could be 4 depending on if Maddie McNarney can go ahead and take fourth, but it's going to be a win for Brooke Ratliff. Sarah Juffer coming in second, Third is Cassidy Pointer, and fourth is going to be Maddie McNarney, and it's a 1, 2, 3, 4 for the Royals. It's an impressive effort for the Royals. It's junior varsity, but still Brooke Ratliff taking the win. 56.84 split. Next event is event number 22, the girls 100-yard freestyle. In this event, in lane number 1 is Emma Julian. In lane number 2, Grace Newton. In lane number 3, Ellen Farrow. In lane number 4, Molly Peterson. In lane number 5, Hannah Pratt. Lane number 6, Bree Sample. In lane number 7, Kate Mouser. In lane number 8, Amelia Vickery. And they are all dead even going into the first length. And as they come back, it's Ellen Farrow and Molly Peterson battling this one out. Peterson currently has the lead with a 25.3 as the split. We are halfway through this race. Molly Peterson, HSE, cheer her on. She can hear you. Peterson versus Farrow. This one's going to be close. This one's going to come down to the wire. Molly Peterson has the lead, but can Farrow close? She's not going to close. Molly Peterson's going to take the win with a 52.57. Second is Ellen Farrow with a 53.37. And third is Kate Mouser with a 54.69. The next race is event number 23, the boys 100-yard JV freestyle with Cole Nichols, in lane number 1, Skylar Listenfeld in lane number 2, Jack Shue in lane number 3, Luke Van Meter in lane number 4, Zach McEwen in lane number 5, Clayton Juffer in lane number 6, Jake Dowell in lane number 7, Eric Jostin in lane number 8. And they're off. Listenfeld has the early lead. But Juffer is close on his tails for HSE. Two HSE swimmers battling it out in the early parts of the race. HSE right now is 1, 2, 3. All of them are neck and neck and neck. So close to each other. Skylar Listenfeld has the lead with a 26.35. But HSE still has 1, 2, 3, possibly even 4 if Eric Jostin can beat out the rest of the Tigers. But Listenfeld looks like he may take this one. But Van Meter is closing. It's going to be Van Meter taking the win with a 55.29. Listenfeld with a 55.68, and in third is Clayton Juffer with a 56.21, and HSE does get the 1, 2, 3, 4 here in the JV boys 100-yard freestyle. Next is the varsity boys 100-yard freestyle with Nathan Bradford in lane 1, Logan Hess in lane 2, Tyler Schwartzfeger in lane number 3, DJ Rogers in lane number 4, Jackson Carlisle in lane number 5, Zach Bostock in lane number 6, Logan Ayers in lane number 7, and Noah Haynes in lane number 8. Here we go. Currently DJ Rogers in the lead. But Carlisle close. I think we've seen this movie before. There was a race earlier tonight that had just this action. The two of them neck and neck, and it looks like we're still going to be in the same way. Rogers and Carlisle battling it out down to the line. DJ Rogers, the Iowa commit, is going to take the win with a 47.15. Jackson Carlisle with a 47.49. Kyler Schwartzberger for the Tigers with a 49.86. DJ Rogers with his second win on the night. Good night for the future Iowa commit.
Next event is the mixed 500-yard freestyle. Make sure we get the counters down to the ball counters.
In lane number 20, or in event number 25, excuse me, it's the mixed 500-yard freestyle junior varsity with Hunter Hollowell in lane number 1, Drew Hirschman in lane number 2, Matthew Krimmel in lane number 3, Charlie Rogers in lane number 4, Abby Cohn in lane number 5, Ellie Peterson in lane number 6, Hannah Harding in lane number 7, and Camille Jostin in lane number 8. This is an endurance event. 20 lengths is this race. This is a long race. As if you can see when we pan over to the right, you can see that the swimmers have people down at the end holding down how many lengths they've done, so they know how many more to go. Because in this type of a race, you can swim, you can miss where you are in place because it is such an endurance and such a long race. This is the most important endurance race that you have because it is so long, 20 lengths. You have to go ahead and have that endurance to be able to swim. Right now, Drew Hirschman is in the lead, but Ellie Peterson is close on his tail. Hirschman with a 101.53 and Peterson with a 102.85. Hirschman still in the lead. This is almost where it's like distance running. You have to go ahead and pace yourself. You can go super fast at the beginning, but then what happens is you'll start, if you don't have the endurance, you can start to wear out. It's very possible. So here you almost have to treat it like a marathon race where you can't burn yourself out too early, but you can't give up too much of a margin to fishers. They're going to pounce. But right now, HSE is a 1-2-3 as Drew Hirschman leads the pack, Ellie Peterson in second, and Charlie Rogers is in third. And Camille Jostin is in fourth. So 1-2-3-4 for HSE here in JV. As when Drew Hirschman touches down here, we are going to be halfway through, and he's going to have around a 2-minute and 45-second time. 2 minutes 42:13 to be exact, as he is swimming at currently a good pace and is pacing himself, and he is in the lead. Ellie Peterson in second, in third, Charlie Rogers. Currently, you're getting a close-up of the leader, Drew Hirschman. Hirschman starting length is on length number 13. Hirschman will be coming to length number 15. Hirschman still in the lead as he has pretty much dominated this entire race. But Ellie Peterson, it looks like, has some competition for second place. After Hirschman touches the wall, he has to go down and back one more time, and he has a mudsock win. Hirschman getting the red board showing that he has one more length to go. The sophomore coming down to end this one. And he will finish with a 5-minute, 28 seconds run. Ellie Peterson with a 5:33. So those are the first two to finish here in this one. In third is Charlie Rogers with a 5:48.79. And in fourth is Camille Jostin with a 5:50.42. So that means HSE sweeps the top four here in JV. But really an impressive win there for Drew Hirschman as he just kind of led the entire race, was able to pace himself, but had a nice mix of speed and endurance there as he was able to go ahead and take the win. This race is different than pretty much any other race because it is so much of an endurance race. Next, we have another 500-yard event, the girls' 500-yard varsity freestyle with Ashley Wyatt in lane number 1, Ashley Saple in lane number 2, Corin Yorkman in lane number 3, Kaylee Witt in lane number 4, Abby Johns in lane number 5, Sloan Garner in lane number 6, Charlie Ramey in lane number 7, and Paige Crawford in lane number 8. When I sat down with Coach Peterson to talk about the girls team, he said, quote, "We are leading by a trio of D1 signed athletes. Sarah Ballard is one of the strongest divers in the state and will attend Iowa next year. Purdue recruit Abby Harder is as steady as ever, and Ball State signee Kaylee Witt is having the best season of her life. Bree Saple and Ellie Peterson continue to fill in the varsity lineup where needed and are starting to attract quite a bit of attention from colleges as well. Camille Jostin and Madison Rosillo are finishing the way that seniors should. They are at the absolute top of their game and fighting for varsity spots. Maddie McNarney and Lizzie McRainer work hard every day and are contributing a great deal as the leaders of our team." So far, the leaders are at length number 7, with Yorkman, Witt, and Johns all within times of each other. Johns right now in the lead with Yorkman in second and Witt in third. You can see Coach Peterson at the top of the HSE swimmers standing on top of the box, anxiously watching on, cheering on his swimmers as Fishers has extended a lead here with Yorkman and Johns. Johns right now in the lead with a 2:31.04 and Yorkman with a 2:32.84. They're on the 11th length. Johns with a 3-minute, 1 second run right now. 3 seconds ahead of Corin Yorkman and 7 seconds ahead of Kaylee Witt. When John touches the wall this time, it'll be length number 14. Abby Johns still in the lead with a 3-second advantage over Corin Yorkman. If Kaylee Witt isn't careful, Charlie Ramsey may be able to steal third away from her. The bell is to notify the leader that he or she is in their last 2 lengths of the race. The blackboard goes in. And here comes Abby Johns. And she will take first place with a time of 5 minutes, 4 seconds, 98 milliseconds. Second is Corin Yorkman with a 5:09.96. And third is going to be Kaylee Witt with a 5:20.11. The next event is event number 27, the boys 500-yard freestyle varsity, with Ben Russell in lane number 1, Alex Kaminsky in lane number 2, Connor Carlisle in lane number 3, Keegan Strait in lane number 4, Aaron Frollo in lane number 5, Evan Sellers in lane number 6, Bruno Kitazuka in lane number 7, and Leif Caden in lane number 8. And they're off. Currently, Street leads after the first length But as we've seen, this is a race of endurance, and Frollo has now taken the lead from Street. One thing I do have to say about the HSE and Fisher swim teams is both of them are always for their team. This is really, I mean, I know I've talked to Coach Peterson about this team. This is a family-based team. This swim team, they spend so much time together, early morning swims, late at night swims. This team is always together, always swimming, always wanting to get better. This team spends so much time together. They are like a family. They eat together, they work together, they compete together, and they want to win very badly. But right now, Fishers has the advantage in this one, as Aaron Frollo has a sizable advantage over Keegan Street. But it goes Frollo, Street, and Sellers in third. So Fishers, HSE, HSE. As I mentioned at the top of the program, whoever wins this gets a much-needed point to their team in the mudsock match. Currently, Fishers has 7 points. HSE has 4. So they're in the need of 3 points. Wrestling did their job last night and got a win that made it 7-4, as HSE was down by 3, or it was down by 4. But it would be really nice for HSE to go into spring sports season only down 2. The leaders are in length number 13 at the moment. Frollo still in the lead, Street in second. I will say one thing that you may not notice, unless you really think about it, that while a first place is awesome, a second and third place also get you points towards the overall event, as Frollo is in his last 2 lengths, and he is at a blistering pace right now with a 4-minute, 14-second split at the last time by. And here we go, Aaron Frollo, the senior, coming down, and he's going to go ahead and take this one. The boys 500-yard freestyle goes to Aaron Frollo. Second place, Keegan Street. Third place, Evan Sellers. So second and third go to HSE. Much needed points there. This matchup between these two teams has been very close, and it's going to be interesting to see who is actually on top at the end of the night. As we're going to event number 28, the girls 200-yard freestyle relay varsity. Lane number 1 is Crawford, Pfeiffer, Ortiz, and Harding. Lane number 2 is Olson, Joffer, Crawford, and Jung. Lane number 4 is Mouser, Koo, Pfeiffer, and Johns. Lane number 4 is Fisher, Sapel, Peterson, Witt. Lane number 5 is Farrow, Agapios, Stein, and Pratt. Lane number 6 is Newton, Vickery, Sapel, Goss. Lane number 7 is Miller, Nugent, Wyatt, and Julian. Lane number 8 is Hauser, Doherty, Rastogi, and Vance. Currently, lanes 4 and 5 are right at it. Lane 4 for HSE had the lead, but right now lane number 5 has stretched out a little bit of an advantage. It's going to be between lanes 4 and 5 here in a very tight one, and all needed points for both different schools. HSC swimmers firing up the fans, and here we go. Down the line, it's going to be lane number 4 leading this time by maybe a little bit of a deeper dive for HSC. The fans are getting loud. Here we go. The final length, it all comes down to this for this one. HSC Fishers, it's down to this. And it's going to be HSC taking the win with a 137.52. Fishers in second with a 137.99. So the winners for HSC are Kennedy Fisher, Bree Sapel, Molly Peterson, and Kaylee Witt. Let's go ahead and go to some ads. Southeastern Sports Network's made possible by Sky Zone and Fishers this year. Come in and fly with them this winter. Sky Zone and Fishers off 121st Street, reminding you to have fun and fly safe. A big shout out to Sky Zone, who is sponsoring every broadcast for all 3 sports seasons this year. In Southeastern Sports Network's winter sports coverage brought to you by Jimmy John's on Olear Road. Jimmy John's provides freaky fast service in store or through delivery. A big thank you to Jimmy John's for their support of Southeastern Sports Network. Now as we go to the next event, the boys 200-yard freestyle relay. In lane number 1, McEwen, Dowell, Nichols, Krimmel. In lane 2, Truxell, Kessler, Listenfeld, Kaminsky. In lane number 3, Bennett, Chop, Daimling, Carlisle. In lane number 4, Bostick, Rising, Harrison, Rogers. In lane number 5, Carlisle, Ayers, Schwartfeger, Frollo. And lane number 6, Christopher, Hess, Sellers, Street. And lane number 7, Bragdon, Tran, Ortiz, Russell. In lane number 8, McCam, Hirschman, Wall, Beck. And this is close. Lanes 4, 5, and 6 are all within. Wow, they are all extremely close. Currently, lane number 4 is in the lead. It goes lane 4, lane 5, lane 6 in as the top 3 right now. If HSC can hold on to this one, this would be big for their overall picture. Here we go. There's one swimmer left, and that's DJ Rogers for HSE in lane number 4. He has stretched out a lead. HSE also fighting for second. If HSE can have a 1-2, that'd be big here. And they're cheering him on. Here we go. Second place is going to be tight. Rogers in lane 4 is going to win, but lane 5 is going to get second barely by 1/10 of a second over lane number 3. Or over lane number 6. Excuse me. So the winners of that are Bostic, Rising, Harrison, and Rogers. DJ Rogers was his 3rd overall victory tonight. A very strong performance from DJ Rogers. Next is the girls' 100-yard JV backstroke. It is Salome Ortiz, Cassidy Pointner, Megan Mybeck, Madison Rossillo, Callie Shine, Brooke Ratliff, Gianna Guzman, and Avi Ribeiro. And here we go for backstroke. They're off. Ratliff leads right now. She leads Rossillo as HSE is 1-2 right now. 1-2-3 actually, as Cassidy Pointner is in 3rd. Ratliff has a 2-second advantage over her nearest competition. She is having a strong race, and she is coming to finish her race right now. It's going to be a 1-2-3, maybe 1-2-3-4 for HSE. And it's going to be a 1-2-3. And it's going to be a 1-2-3-5 for HSE. Still a very strong performance. Brooke Ratliff coming in at number 1. Madison Rossillo at number 2. And Cassidy Pointer at number 3. The next event is the girls' varsity 100-yard backstroke. Lane 1 is Riley Christat, and lane number 2 is Rebecca Eng, and lane number 3 is Charlie Ramey, and lane number 4 is Abby Harder. Lane number 5, JoJo Ramey, and lane number 6, Olivia Harder, and lane number 7, Diane Koo, and in lane 8, McKenna Goss. HSE in the lead, Rebecca Eng. Currently in the lead, the sophomore. But Ramey is fighting back. She has the lead. Ramey has a 28.88. Olivia Harder Olivia and Abby not far behind. Abby Harder just needs to pull a few tenths out here. It's going to be close. If there's anything left, Abby Harder has in the tank. It's not going to be enough. JoJo Ramey takes the win with a 58. with a 58.80. Abby Harder with a 59.64, and Olivia Harder with a 1 minute 59. It's 1 Fishers, 2 and 3 go to HSE. Congratulations to Jojo Ramey with another win for the freshman. Next, we have the 100-yard backstroke JV. Only HSE swimmers swimming in this one. In lanes 2, 4, 6, and 8, it's Clayton Juffer, Ethan Forbes, Eric Jostin, and Ethan Wall.
This is an all-HSE race. Lane 2,
Forbes right now in the lead, Juffer in second. Jostin and Wall are fighting for third. Forbes the 28.50 time so far.
Ladies and gentlemen, the scores on the scoreboard are through event 31.
And coming to the finish line, Ethan Forbes takes the win with a 59.13 seconds. Second place is going to be Clayton Juffer with a 1 minute 67. 1 minute 8 seconds 67 milli. And Eric Josen with a 1 minute 8 seconds 82 milli. Ethan Wall coming in fourth with a 1 minute 12 seconds 79 milliseconds. On to the next race is the boys 100-yard varsity backstroke. In lane number 1, Nick Viola. In lane number 2, Charlie Rogers. In lane number 3, Logan Ayers. In lane number 4, Marcus Eden. In lane number 5, Kyle Ponsler. In lane number 6, Ryan Harrison. Lane number 7, Izzy Harding. In lane number 8, Owen Armstrong. Ponsler and Eden are fighting this one out. Right now it's Ponsler, Eden, Ayers as the top 3. You're fighting for podiums at this point. As many people as you can get on that podium, the better. As Ponsler is pulling this one out a little bit, has extended a gap, and it's going to be a tight race for second. It's going to be tight between Rogers and Ayers, or between Eden and Ayers. This one's going to be really, really tight for second, and it's going to be Ayers taking second, Eden in fourth, as Harding takes third. So it's a Fishers 1, 2, 3. The next event is event number 34, the girls 100-yard breaststroke JV with Isabel Managa in row 1, Lizzie McRainer in lane number 2, Samira Crawford in lane number 3, Ashley Baker in lane number 4, Amy Nugent in lane number 5, Emily Manship in lane number 6, Kate Pfeiffer in lane number 7, and Emma Maple in lane number 8. Here we go. Currently, Baker in the lead. But it's tight between her and Nugent. Baker and Nugent, 1-2. Baker got there first with a 34.32. Nugent with a 35.2, but this one is really down to the wire. One thing I noticed about Nugent, she hit the wall a little bit high with her hand, and I think that slowed her down a little bit. But this is going to be a very, very close one. Baker and Nugent, come on, Ashley, bring it home. Ashley Baker is going to take top.